Rajesh, who is writing us from Mumbai and asking about PCBL. He's got 1,500 odd shares at the levels of 450 from a longer term perspective. Wants to know if he can add another 1,500 from a longer term perspective. Rajesh Agarwal, I'll come to you on this one. He's sitting on a significant amount of loss. 1.05 lakhs is what we are looking at right now. Would you advise him to average out? Do you think this is fundamentally a strong counter to continue to hold?
Good morning, Anushi. Good morning, Mahima. Good morning, Rajesh. As far as PCBL is concerned, we are very bullish on this. We have been giving our initiating coverage and all those things from the last few years, I would say. It's one of the largest carbon black maker in the country with operations many countries too. They have recently taken over a chemical company. Now they are diversifying into chemicals too. They have captive power, and the entire capex and all has been completed with the kind of demand uptick which we are witnessing in auto and then tires. I think PCBL long term looks very strong. The company is very good. Due to market conditions, the prices have corrected, but for a longer term horizon, I think at these levels too, it's a buy.
Okay, so buy is the verdict for PCBL, and this is on the longer term perspective that we are looking at. Now next, Nishad is calling us from Mumbai. Nishad, how can we help you on the show today?
Yeah, I want to know about L&T Finance. I'm holding 30 shares at 140. I want to know the short-term view. I was planning to sell at 270. I had called earlier and they had said a target of 270, but then it started correcting. So what should I do now?
We go across to Mr. Palvia for this one. Mr. Palvia, what's your view on L&T Finance?
So stock has shown a very stellar kind of rally in last couple of months. For this calendar year, almost stock has shown a uptick of around 90% kind of gain we have already witnessed in this counter for this calendar year. Looking at the rally in last couple of months, yes, there could be some profit taking at higher level. Though across all time frame, stock is holding strength, and I think after some cool off again, stock may attract buying action at lower level. 250 is the immediate support area on this corrective move. If stock able to hold about 250, I think again we may see a resumption of uptrend, and any breakout about 268 can take this stock further higher to 285, even 290 zone also. So if he has already bought at lower level, can either trail the stop loss at 250 to hold the position, and on the breakout of 265, yes, he may reach, the stock may reach to the target of 285 also.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where charts are concerned for L&T Finance. We've got our next question from Arjun, who is writing us from Kolkata and asking about Imami and wants to know if this is the right time to make an entry for the next 7 to 8 months. Do you think, Rajesh, Palavia, with regards to where charts are concerned, attractive levels to enter at right now?
Stock has corrected significantly from its all-time high trajectory, and the way stock is now consolidating on a monthly chart, I think it's available at important support area around 515. So that level needs to watch closely. Any breakdown below 515 can trigger more profit taking in this counter, but till stock is able to hold this 515, I think some buying action would emerge in this counter. On the higher side, 558, 570 are the key supply zone. So if any breakout comes above 570, then yes, we may see upward trajectory towards 650, 670 also in the short-term perspective. So if you wish to buy this stock, keep stop loss towards 510. Yes, stock is available at attractive price point, and already time as well as price correction is already taken place in this counter. So 510 needs to keep as a stop loss if he is buying at current level.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where Imami is concerned. We've got our next caller, Govind, is calling us from Hyderabad. Govind, hi. A very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, very good morning, my mama and all of you panelists. Thank you for take up my call. Now, actually, I have an investment 10 lakhs rupees for a long-term investment for NTPC, ma'am. Is it right time to enter current price?
Okay.
I can expect at least 15 to 20% return for 1 year.
Okay, for 1 year. And Govind, may I ask what percentage of your total portfolio is this 10 lakh rupees?
Only for 10%, ma'am.
Only 10%. Okay, then that's fair. I'll take this up with Rajesh. Then Rajesh, Rajesh Agarwal, this is for a period of 1 year, and he's got around 10 lakhs to invest. Do you think he should put it in NTPC alone? This is 10% of his portfolio, or would you recommend something else, or a mix of 2-3 counters?
See, power is in a shortfall in our country, and it's huge demand going forward. We believe that power is going to be a big play as far as returns are concerned. And NTPC is one of the largest capacities in power, not only in conventional power, but they're moving into renewable too. So I think it's a good choice. And since the gentleman has only 10% of its allocation towards NTPC, I think he can go ahead. But what I would suggest is why not bifurcate this 10 lakh, 5 lakh into NTPC and 5 lakh into Tata Power. That would be a better choice if I have to say. So although NTPC is also good, but bifurcating the amount into two different companies would be a better choice.
So that's the overall perspective that we are seeing for the power sector. Now, next question is from Sushila Bilari. She has a question regarding Sammaan Capital holding around 515 shares of this, and this is at a price of 164 that we are looking at. Wants to understand the current targets for this particular counter. Mr. Palvia, your view for this one?
Well, I think hold the position as a stock managed to view breakout on the monthly chart of falling trend line, and looking at the breakout on monthly chart with volume action, we do have a bullish view on this counter and possible upside towards 185, 190 we may see in the short term perspective. So I think buy and accumulate would be the strategy for Sammaan Capital. On the downside, 152 needs to keep as a stop loss.
All right, okay. So that's with regards to where Sammaan Capital is concerned. We've got our next caller. Viswas is calling us from Mysuru. Viswas, hi, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good morning. I also said good morning, Viswas.
Good morning.
Yes, tell me what your query is about.
Ma'am, KPIT Technology.
Okay.
400 quantity.
Okay.
In average price of 1400.
Okay.
Last was in 96,000 last, ma'am. Seller what, ma'am?
Okay. And Viswas, when you bought this, was it from a longer term perspective? Did you see the fundamentals of the company or technicals?
Technical.
Technicals. Okay. All right. Then I'll take this up with Rajesh Palavia. Rajesh, your view with regards to where charts are concerned for KPIT Tech, because he's sitting on losses of almost 97,000 rupees. Possibility of recovery of his losses?
See, so most of the IT stocks have witnessed, supply pressure in last couple of months, and KPIT is also, behaved in line with the same. Looking at the near-term, short-term structure, stock is still in, traveling in a down-sloping channel formation on the monthly chart, which is a sign of sustained supply pressure is taking place in this counter. On the higher side, the major key resistance area for near term to short term is placed at around 1200 zone. If stock manages to cross about 1200, then some recovery we could see in this counter. But looking at the near term, short term structure, I think it will take time to, give breakout of beyond 1200, 1220 zone. At this juncture, structure is still weak. I think if he get opportunity in any kind of pullback, try to exit it to or switch it to some other company, as structure is still weak on the short to medium term perspective. So I think sell on rise would be the strategy for this counter. So try to exit in any pullback if it comes in the near term.
So sell on rise is the strategy, Viswas. I hope that answers your question. Now the next query is from Aparna. She holds about 669 shares of Texmaco Rail, and this is with an average price of around 163 that we're looking at. Currently facing a loss of around 15,000 on the counter is what we are looking at. Wants to understand the long-term picture of this with this kind of stock correction that we've seen the last 1 year or so. Mr. Agarwal, I want to come to you. Your overall perspective in terms of Texmaco Rail, and if you have any other alternative names also that you particularly like in this sector?
See, one of the strong wagon manufacturers of the country, having good order book, even new orders are coming in. The company has been doing very well. With the kind of new order inflows expected in the near term, I think this company is going to do well. it's a hold from our side, and by any chance it falls to around 125, 130 odd levels. At that levels, one can even add to that. So at this point of time, it's a hold with a 1 year target of maybe 175, 180 odd rupees.
There's the view for Texmaco Rail now. Now, moving on, we have the next caller with us. Akshay is calling us from Gurugram. Hi, Akshay. How can we help you?
Hi. So good morning to everybody.
Good morning
And
to you
thank
as
for taking
well.
the call. Yeah. Actually, I have 5-star business finance, which I picked up about 7-8 months back at around 670, 200 shares. And this sounded like a great company with a lot of institutional stake and good financials, etc. But I've been seeing that it's been undergoing a lot of fluctuations. So I just wanted to have a long-term outlook from you on this particular counter.
Okay, and what are the kind of fundamentals that you were looking at when you said that this is a great company that you're just seeing? So just want to understand on that part.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think they were having a good revenue growth. I think the PE, etc., seemed reasonable, and it had a lot of institutional stake.
Okay.
And it had buyers like investors like Goldman Sachs. So I was pretty interested in in this, and the financials in particular is a space that's been talked about a lot.
Right.
And I think a lot of recovery in the consumption, or let's say even the GDP's growth lies with the capital uptick.
Right.
So I think I was pretty bullish on this one because it's catering to a lot of under-met demand in
Right,
tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns. So
Okay.
that was the motive.
Okay, let me take this across to Mr. Agarwal then. Mr. Agarwal, he's given a list of, why he was particularly interested in this counter. Just want to understand whether you have a bullish outlook in terms of 5-star business finance as well. What's the kind of price targets that one can look at?
See, we are not that bullish on 5-star business as such, but going by the fundamentals, all the negatives has already been discounted. Now, I think at these valuations, it's become very attractive. Although we have better choices in NBFC space like Geo Finance or Poonawalla, but since the gentleman is still holding, I would say continue to hold. 1 year target 10 to 12% from the current market price is quite possible. The numbers have been improving in the last 2-3 quarters. So based on the asset quality and other things, I think it's a hold from our side.
So that's the view with regards to where 5-star business is concerned. We've got our next question on Trent. This is from Prashant, who's writing us from Hyderabad and saying that he's bought 710 stocks at the levels of 5,000 each and now sitting on a loss and wants to know if he can continue to hold or sell from a short-term perspective. Rajesh Pallavi, I'll come to you on this one. 2.3 lakhs is the loss that he's sitting at, and we've seen the kind of selling pressure that the counter has observed so far. Year to date down 33%. Since its inclusion in Nifty, also down almost 40%. Do you think it's found its bottom, or there's a further downside that you're expecting? Should he hold or sell? What should he do?
So we have witnessed a significant correction in this stock in last 1 year. Almost stock corrected from the level of 8,300 to now it's trading around 4650, 4670 kind of level. Still, there is no sign of bottoming out. Stock has continuously attracting supply pressure despite a lot of buying action we have seen in peer companies, but Trend is still making low top lower bottom formation on daily weekly time frame, which is a sign of weakness on the near term to short term perspective. Until the stock not crosses above 5,000 level, I think Trend is likely to exhibit on the bearish side only. Any breakdown below 4,600 can take this stock further lower and maybe possible lower level towards 4,450 we may see for the counter. So I think 4,600 is the key and crucial support area at this juncture. On the higher side, 5,000 is the major resistance zone. So until the stock not managed to give breakout over 5,000, I think Trend is likely to exhibit on the weaker side.
Okay, so that's the view for Trent. Now we have Man Singh calling to us from Andhra Pradesh. Hi Man Singh, how can we help you?
Hi, good morning, madam. I am holding KP Energy Limited 70% and the average price 435 rupees. I want to accumulate more Is this the right time? What are the next entry level? And I want to know the both fundamental and technical view. And I also want to add one more stock, that is CESE. Is it the right time to continue in the
Mr. Singh, I just request you to, since we have time constraints or so, stick to one particular counter. So, yeah, so then I'll ask about KP Energy right now. Mr. Palvia, your viewpoint on this particular counter?
So stock is looking bearish on the near-term, short-term perspective. Stock is making lower top, lower bottom formation. This is the third consecutive month where stock is making lower, high-low formation, which is sign of sustained supply pressure in this counter. Though stock has already corrected in last couple of months from the level of 550, now available at around 390 zone. Looking at the near-term, short-term structure, the next important level for the stock on the downside is placed at around 370, 355 zone. So if he wish to buy or accumulate this stock, I think wait for that level to come and then review it again, whether stock able to hold this support area or not. If it's not able to hold 370, 355 zone, I think we may see further more down move, as still there is no sign of recovery in this counter and trend is still on the weaker side. However, on the higher side, 420.25 is the key supply zone. Any breakout happens above 425, then only we may see some changes in the behavior or trend of the stock. But at this juncture, structure is still weak.
All right. Okay. So that's with regards to where KP Energy is concerned. Well, viewers and to both the guests, it's time for the first rapid fire segment. I request both the guests to keep the answers very short, to buy, sell or hold. The first one is from Raghu, who's holding Ola, 10,000 shares at the levels of 59.6. Wants to know what he should do. Rajesh Palavia?
I think exit structure is weak.
Okay, the next question is from Mr. Das. He wants to understand the outlook for KPI Green, holding 250 shares of this. Wants to understand whether he should add more. Mr. Palvia, your view?
I think he can wait for level of 400, then where he can add more position. And still structure is weak, but 400 would be the next target on the downside.
Okay, Ramakrishnan is asking the next one. Schaeffler India is the counter. He's bought 30 shares at the levels of 4175. Rajesh Agarwal, your view fundamentally?
It's an add from our side at this point of time.
Okay, Mangal Das is writing to us about PG Electroplast, holds 260 shares and wants to understand the one-year outlook. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Add.
Okay, Arnab from Thailand is asking about KPI Green. He's holding at the levels of 466 and 600 shares. Okay, we've already taken this. All right. The next one then is 100 shares of FAIM India. Wants to know with regards to where charts are concerned. Rajesh, your view on this one? Palavia.
I think he can hold on the position. Even he can add the position with stop loss of 1850.
Okay, the next question is regarding SBI Life. The viewer is holding about 1,120 shares and wants to understand whether there's further upside on this one. Mr. Palvia, your view?
If horizon is little longer, he can hold on the position because stock is still in consolidation. So if horizon is 6 months plus, so then he can hold.
Okay, so EG Electroplast is the next one. Mangaldas is asking this question. He's bought. Okay, this is also done. All right, my bad. The next one is from Jaya from Bangalore. She's asking about Polyplex. Wants to know if she can continue to hold. This is for you, Rajesh Agarwal.
Hold.
All right. Okay. The next one then is from on Shada Cropchem. This is from Dhananjay, who's asking. He's holding 500 shares, bought at the levels of 25 odd shares, bought at the levels of 500. Should he invest more? Rajesh Agarwal, your view?
One can add.
All right. So that brings us to the end of the first segment of Rapid Fire, and of course the first segment of Ask Profit as well. But viewers, do stay tuned. A very short break, and we'll answer more queries on the other side.
ट्यूबवेल में जल ताकि खेतों में चले हल, तो लगाइए सात्विक के सोलर पैनल। घर हो या खेत, होता है कार्बन। सोलर मतलब सात्विक, ये हर मौसम में चलता है।
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी सब विदेश जाते हैं। The best app to use is the NDTV app.
ट्यूबवेल में जल ताकि खेतों में चले हल, तो लगाइए साथ में के सोलर पैनल। घर हो या खेत, होता है कार। सोलर मतलब साथ में, ये हर मौसम में चलता है।
The market's most influential voices.
The visionaries who decode the future of wealth.
Unveiling strategies, insights, and the wisdom to turn opportunities into lasting value. This Diwali, ignite your journey to prosperity.
This is where the market, money, and the masters converge for your profit.
NDTV Profit Ignite, 10th October, only on NDTV Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
और रहमान सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use in your daily life. That's what we do on Tech 360. Real talk, real reviews, tech that you can actually use.
Tech has changed. So should your tech show.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी सब
Hi, welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit. As usual, this is a show where you get all your stock-related queries answered. You can either call us or send us your queries on WhatsApp with the numbers flashing on the screen. I'm Anushi Okharia and with me is Mahima Vajrajani. Now, talking about the first query, what we are talking about in the segment 2, Hari is writing to us from Chennai and he has a query related to campus footwear. Wants to understand whether this is the correct time to buy this particular stock. Mr. Agarwal, I want to come to you on this particular counter.
I think one should avoid at this point of time. The numbers were not that great. It had quite a good run up after the listing, but then the numbers started dwindling and we have seen the kind of performance on the stock markets too. I don't believe even after the GST cut and the kind of retail sales we have witnessed, nothing exciting. We don't expect anything exciting in the numbers. So it's avoid at this point of time. Maybe a metro shoes would be a better choice.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where campus activewear is concerned. We've got our next question from Karthik Reddy, who's writing us from Moscow, and he's been a regular viewer now. He's asking about the energy space. Green energy is what he's bullish on, and in fact the power sector as well. He's holding 222 shares of REC at an average price of 393. From a longer term perspective of 5 years, he wants to know if he can, go ahead and average out at every dips is what he wants to know. Rajesh, in the power space, do you think this is the right counter to continue to average out, or would you recommend some other counters as well?
See, REC PFC has good long-term bet. They give out good dividends, trading at strong, good valuation, 5-6 times price to earnings, and they have strong government backing. The numbers have been pretty good. Even asset quality has improved. So I think for a longer-term horizon, these are good bets, no doubt on that. But if you have to be in power, I think direct power plays like the likes of Tata Power or a CESC would be a better choice to be into it. What I would suggest is instead of putting the entire amount in a single stock like REC, why not distribute this money into REC, something into Tata Power, and another amount into CESC?
Interesting question coming from Mr. Reddy. He has about 100 shares of Jio Financial Services. Wants to understand whether he should add more or exit this particular counter and invest in the Tata Capital IPO for a longer term perspective. That's for 5 years that he's looking at. Mr. Agarwal, what's your view regarding this query?
See, this is a very tricky question, I would say, because both are very good companies, no doubt on that. What I would say is continue with your Jio Financial for a longer term horizon. If you're a long term, yes, it's a hold, not only a hold, it's a buy from a side, provided you are ready to hold for at least 2 to 3 years down the line. The company has been doing well. They're moving into insurance, LAS, and other things. It's a big game, I would say, that tie up with BlackRock, their treasury shares of Reliance, everything is in their favor. It's just a matter of time when this stock gives very good return. And as far as Tata Capital is concerned, it is again a flagship financial service company of Tata Group and has been doing very well. They have around 25 lending products. The asset quality is good. Balance sheet is strong. They have AAA ratings so that their borrowings are also on a lower cost. So both are good companies. So be with Jio Finance. If you have extra funds with you, you can go with Tata Capital.
Okay, all right. We're just getting in the subscription numbers also for Tata Capital. Overall subscription at 88%, and today is the last day for the issue. This is as of 10:51 a.m. QIB is leading with around 96%, and NI is at 95%. Retail investors still at 79%. So the IPO is still fully not subscribed, Anushi. So that's with regards to where Tata Capital is concerned. But we've got our next caller. Gopinath is calling us from Tamil Nadu. Gopinath, hi. A very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, Mahima. Good morning. Thanks for having my call.
Our pleasure.
I have a capital of 3 lakhs. I'm planning to invest in Suzlon Energy. The reason being, recently I saw the interview of Mr. Chalsani in NDTV Profit.
Okay.
Their Q1 guidance was good, 60% plus revenue, same margins. But still, I see that YTD, it has come down around 30%.
Right.
Has it bottomed out? Can I buy it right now?
Okay, Gopinath, I got your question. I'll take this up with Rajesh Agarwal. Your view, what he's saying is not wrong, right? I mean, the company has continued to grow at good growth levels, but the stock performance, in the past couple of months has remained muted. Do you think this is the right levels to make an entry, and probably from a longer term perspective?
See, when you're talking of longer term perspective, by longer term, I mean at least 2-3 years down the line, I don't think that you should watch at levels, because you would be waiting for 50 rupee levels and the stock will move to 57. Then you will regret that. So it's better to accumulate, if not at a lump sum, then you can do in a small lots. And as far as Suzlon is concerned, yes, the numbers have been good. The huge capacity in renewable debt has been reduced to a quite a good extent. And at these levels, I think the concerns has been taken care of at 50-53 odd levels. One can go long into this for a target of maybe 60-65 odd rupees in the next 1 year.
That's the view for Suzlon. Now, next question is from Ashwin. He has a query related to Granules India. He's bought about 600 shares, and this is at a price of around 568 that we are looking at. Wants to understand a three-month outlook on this particular counter. Mr. Palvia, what is your view on Granules India?
So stock is showing sign of recovery on a weekly chart. Stock managed to give breakout of its falling channel, and looking at the short-term structure, I think stock may extend its gain. Possible target towards 600 we may see in the short-term perspective. So I think hold the position. Even in the minor decline, one can add the position. 530 needs to keep as a stop loss.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where Granules India is concerned. We've got our next caller. Siddharth is calling us from Andhra Pradesh. Siddharth, hi. A very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm holding 300 shares of CSE, average price 175 rupees. Should I accumulate more at this current juncture?
Okay, Siddharth, this is from Technical View. Okay, Siddharth, I got your question and I'll take this up with Rajesh Palavia. CSC is the counter. Your view with regards to charts?
So long-term structure is bullish. On the near-term, short-term, yes, some profit taking has took place in this counter. But looking at the recovery from the recent low, I think if stocks manages to surpass 175 zone, I think we could see good rally towards 190, 205 kind of level also on the short to medium-term perspective. So I think he may hold on the position on the downside. 155 needs to keep as a stop loss. On the long-term perspective, yes, stock has potential to show good uptick, and I think a possible target on a long-term perspective towards 240, 250 we may see.
Okay, so that's the view regarding CESC Limited. Now, next question we are seeing from Mr. Venkataramanan. He holds about 85 shares of Bank of India, and this is at a price of around 108 that we are looking at. If you're seeing the current market price, that's around 124 levels or so that we are looking at. Wants to understand the one-year outlook on this particular counter. Mr. Agarwal, what is your view regarding this?
See, after the banking reforms announced in the recent RBI policy meet, I think the entire PSU banking space is looking very exciting going forward. Individually, the balance sheets has been cleaned up, asset qualities has improved. It's only just a matter of time when credit uptake starts taking place. So BOI, being Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, these are some of the names which one can go long for a long-term horizon. So it's a hold from our side, and if the funds allow, one can even add.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where Bank of India is concerned. We've got our next question, and this is, do we have the name of this person? I think this is Danish. Okay, he's asking this question on Laurus Labs. He's bought at the levels of 895, and he's got 408 shares, sitting on a loss of around 13,000 odd rupees, and wants to know if he can continue to hold this counter. What's the view like? He's not told us whether this is a short-term query or a long-term query, but Rajesh Agarwal, I'll take this up with you. Your view with regards to Laurus Labs and anything in the space other than this that you're liking?
It's a strong CDMO player. The numbers have been pretty bad in the last few quarters just because of the capex they were having. But they have started improving from the last quarter onwards, and we are very bullish on this. And especially after the Trump tariffs on pharma and all, I think these CDMO players are going to do well. Laurus is one of them. So it's a buy from our side. By any chance, it falls to around 830, 840 odd levels, one can even add. Somebody holding can continue to hold.
Hold for Laurus Labs, but we'll stick with the pharma theme. In fact, Narendran is calling us to just ask us about Aurobindo Pharma. Hi Narendran, how can we help you today?
Yeah, hi. My name is Narendra. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I'm holding Aurobindo Pharma of 50 shares at the average price of 1320. Now I'm sitting at a loss of 17%. Can I hold it for longer term, for 1 year like that?
Okay, let me go to Mr. Agarwal for this. Mr. Agarwal, what is your view? He's facing a loss of around 13,000 on the counter, wants to understand a 1 year outlook.
See, one can continue to hold. There is a pressure on pharma space as such, as I just said, that due to pharma tariffs and all. But on a longer term horizon, these companies are going to do well. Oro, as it is, has been giving out good numbers. They have good product portfolio. At these levels, I think one should continue to.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where these pharma counters and especially, of course, Aurobindo Pharma is concerned. We've got our next question from Aditya, who's writing us from Delhi and asking about Tata investment. He bought at the levels of 10,800. Is that correct? Yes, 10,800 is the levels that he's bought at. The stock is currently trading at 1.37, and he's got 42 odd shares. Wants to know, when can it hit back the 11,500 levels? Rajesh Pallavi, I'll take this up with you. The stock has been volatile, in the past few days because of course, the Tata Capital IPO. In the last 2 days, it's seen a downtick as well. But, from your perspective, do you think it can reach back to the levels of 11,500?
So stock has moved very sharply up around 11,000 level, and now some corrective, some move is happening, profit taking is happening at higher level. But if we analyze on the long term perspective, stock structure is still on the bullish side, though some profit taking is happening. So I think in this corrective move, stock may correct further towards 9,000, 8,900 kind of zone. That's the important level for this corrective zone. So I think if stock manages to hold around 9,000 levels, so I think some pullback action we may see in this counter. But again, in the pullback, 10,000 is the key challenging level for the pullback. If it manages to surpass 10,000, then we may see further more up move. But the kind of rally which we have already witnessed in this counter, I think some time consolidation is likely to be there in this counter. So maybe it may take time to recover. Maybe it could be a range bound activity for some more time. 9,000 to 9,800 would be the range where we may see the consolidation for the counter.
Okay, so that's with regards to Tata investment. But next we have Shivam calling to us from Gujarat. Hi Shivam, how can we help you?
Yeah, I want it is the right time to buy urban company. I want a long-term outlook for urban company.
Okay, had you subscribed to the IPO? Just want to understand, how are you planning to for a fresh buy?
I subscribed, but I didn't get allotment.
Okay. Okay, so since then, if you are looking at, there's been about a 8 to 9% of a correction since the listing that we are looking at. Of course, the listing did list at a significant premium is what we are seeing. But let me go across to Mr. Agarwal for this. Mr. Agarwal, have you tracked this particular counter? What's your view regarding this?
The company has been doing very well. The numbers have been increasing. Their customers base has increased, not only in their service, but the kind of their own products they have launched. And even in UAE, the company has been doing well. The problem is of valuation. At 3-digit P, I think the upside seems restricted for a shorter term time. Since its listing, it has run up quite a lot. Maybe some amount of correction is overdue. 135, 140 odd levels would be a good levels to enter. At this point of time, it's just a wait and watch.
Okay, so that's with regards to urban company. Now, next query is from Surya, who's writing to us from Hyderabad. He's bought about 2,000 shares of KNR Constructions. And this is at a price of around 338 is what we are seeing, currently facing a loss of around 3 lakhs on this particular counters. Mr. Agarwal, if we see for all these road developers in the last 3 quarters or so, they've not done particularly well. NHAI road awarding activity has also been on the muted side. And there's been pressure in terms of where the working capital is as well. So just want to get your overall perspective on this particular stock, whether he should continue to hold or exit.
Yeah, at this point of time, this quarter results, we are also not very excited because of the kind of monsoon and the kind of rainfall which we have witnessed across the country. We think the numbers are going to be subdued for all these road construction manufacturers. But for a longer term horizon, with the kind of focus government has on infrastructure development or all, they can do well. But I think some amount of correction is overdue in these. And maybe a KNR Constructions can see a level 170 odd levels in the near term. So if you are not looking for a very long period of time, it would be prudent to sell at this point of time and buy at later levels.
Okay, all right. So that's with regards to where KNR Construction is concerned. We've got our next question from Sai Karthik, who is writing us from Dallas and asking about Syrma. Wants to know if this is a good time to buy Syrma and what are the good levels to make an entry from a 6 months to a 1 year perspective. Rajesh Pallavi, I'll take this up with you. Do you think charts are attractive enough to make an entry right now?
Yeah, stock is in bullish trajectory. The way stock is moving in upsloping channel on weekly chart, it clearly shows that there is a sustained buying action is taking place in this counter. If you get opportunity to buy around 800, 780 zone, it's a good level to re-enter in this counter in the decline. Overall structure is bullish. Any breakout above 865 can take this stock further higher towards 940, 950 zone also. So overall structure is bullish. Buy on decline should be strategy. On the downside, 780 needs to keep as a stop loss.
Okay, so that's with regards to Sirma SGS is what we are looking at. Next, we have Suhas calling to us from Bangalore. Suhas, how can we help you?
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I bought Time Technoplast at 250. I'm in a loss. Can I hold or sell?
Okay, and since when have you marked an entry into this particular counter? What's the kind of time horizon that you're looking at? Just want to understand on those fronts as well.
Maybe in a near short term.
Okay, so you're looking for a short-term entry for this one. Mr. Palvi, I'll come to you on Time Technoplast. What is your view regarding this?
I think stock is having bullish structure across all time frame. Since last couple of weeks, stock is consolidating in narrow range. Looking at the overall structure, I think any breakout above 235, 240 can take this stock further higher. Maybe upward trajectory towards 270, 280 would be unfold about 240 breakout. On the downside, 205 needs to keep as a stop loss. As overall structure is bullish, so I think he may hold on the position. Maybe in a short to medium term perspective, we could see higher trajectory towards 275 to 80 zone.
So that's with regards to where Time Technoplast is concerned. But let's cut across to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's speaking at the 9th edition of India Mobile Congress. Listening.